See if MarineKing can even things up.
Whew, I thought you were really done talking there. Oh, boy.
I'm talking over your intro.
Oh, as well you should. For that indignance I gave you there. So, all right, down
it just
here.
happens sometimes.
I'm gonna throw things at you.
You just can't help
right
it.
now. This water bottle I have in my hand. That's actually a water cooler. It looks like. Yeah, it's going into your face soon.
My water bottle is much smaller.
In here at the 6 o'clock position on Shattered Temple, it's our red Zerg player from the team NSHoSeo. It is Seal. He's already dispatched of one Prime Terran, but he's got to go through the very best one. Now it is MarineKing. He's our blue Terran over here at the 9 o'clock position.
Yeah. Got to say, though, Maru did pretty well. He got a win. You know, He did his team proud. Did what he was sent out to do. But close positions by Air on Shattered Temple is a tough spot for Zerg to be in. MarineKing can be very, very aggressive if he wants to be. Probably just going to see, well, I mean, this may come as a shock to some people, but marine aggression from MarineKing.
No. Not possible.
I'm not kidding. He likes to make Marines and then attack with them. He's quite good at controlling them, and he may even drop them out of medevacs.
Ooh, you settle down there, cowboy. All right, we don't need to hear any of your weird predictions.
It's a bold prediction, I know, but I've seen him do it before. I think. You know,
one of the cool things about MarineKing, though, is that we've talked about he's kind of the guy who has the most builds that he can just kind of pull out of a hat and do whatever he wants at any point.
He's definitely one of them, definitely.
He is remarkably versatile, though, and so it could very well be just outright marine aggression.
Yeah.
And indeed, we are going to at least see 2 barracks for now, as he'll put on a little bit of pressure. He'll float this one down to the low ground, of course, to make that walk distance a little closer.
Yeah.
But, wow, Seal not taking any chances on going spawning pool first. But MarineKing, at the drop of a hat, can just completely switch up what he's doing.
You know, did he actually see that second barracks with the Overlord? No, he didn't see it, but yeah, putting down the spawning pool first. Okay, I like this by Seal, actually. The map choice by MarineKing would seem to indicate some sort of early aggression, so Seal just kind of responding and being like, all right, well, if you want to get aggressive early, I'll just make sure that I can handle it. Take a little bit of an economic hit, be just fine.
All right, well, let's see here now as MarineKing's making his way out with the first SCV, and he's going to see this hatchery building and probably be thinking, well, wait a second. Okay, now he doesn't click on it or anything, so he doesn't know exactly how far it is along, but there he sees the spawning pool.
Yeah, finished pool. He's going to be a little bit surprised to see that. We'll have to see how aggressive he wants to be with these Marines now that he knows that there will be Zerglings on the way. 8 Zerglings, in fact, on the way for NSHoSeo. And MarineKing probably will still continue to do some sort of aggression with this just because he's going to want to try to force a lot of Lings out of Seal because he knows the drone count is going to be a little bit lower than usual. We'll have to see just how aggressive he wants to be with this.
Does this not tell you what kind of a presence that MarineKing has in a game, though, when just by playing MarineKing and you know the positions, you have to go pool first and produce additional Lings and cut your drones that much? I mean, MarineKing's got to be pretty happy about that.
Well, yeah, you got to play the player as much as you play the game, you know? I mean, you have to know who you're playing against. And, surrounds one of those Marines there. Nice, managed to pick it off. Nice job there.
Sage street advice there, Doa.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's what you see a lot of Brood War pro gamers that switch over lack when they start to do well in the GSL. Is their mechanics are fantastic. They have a pretty decent understanding of the metagame at that point in time, but they have a distinct lack, I've noticed, in understanding of who they're playing against. You know, they tend to not know the top players' styles quite as well as a lot of the other Korean pros.
All right, well, here comes MarineKing. He is going to start pushing his way through. There's already 16 Lings on the field. Look at that. It's 20 workers to 13, and MarineKing hasn't even moved out with his Marines yet.
No kidding. He hasn't even really fought at this point as well. So Seal may be shooting himself in the foot a little bit here with this, too.
I think so.
Like, what? I thought I saw something.
Wait, who?
Does it have eyes on its spine?
I hope not. That would be disgusting.
Well, it'd just be like very disorienting for the spine crawler, I think.
Oh, God, I'm over here. I'm over here.
You don't want to be a motion 6 spine crawler if the eyes are on the end of the spine.
All right, MarineKing going to flex a little bit of his control there. Unfortunately, Seal moved up with the bottom group of Lings before the top one was even close, so MarineKing was able to pick apart a few Lings for free. Thinking about just running into the main.
Yeah, well, he would certainly lose all those Marines eventually if he did, so he's like, well, I don't know if I can do enough damage with that at this point. So you do have to be careful when you're in this position. But just by being there, he's going to force more Zerglings out of NSHoSeo. I mean, Seal knows that he has enough Lings right now to, well, probably handle that with the Spine Crawler and the Queen included.
Yeah.
But, nope, not going to have to cancel it. But still, it's a dangerous situation. He's going to need to watch that very carefully.
Both players producing quite a few workers. Of course, Marine King's marine count is getting quite big back at home.
Yep.
Now throwing down double tech labs for the time being.
Yeah, and that's going to be so he can get stim and combat shields right away. He's got 4 barracks out on the field right now, getting his engineering bay as well. So yeah, just going for a big marine style. This is like classic Marine King almost here.
And Seal just with double gas for now. He does have his circling speed on the way, but has decided not to go into layer tech, any sort of tech really quite yet.
Well, this is interesting. Marine King's actually making a couple, or making a Marauder right now too with this, so he can take a little bit of damage if Banelings do become a reality for him in this game.
Well, let's see what he is just going ahead and researching stim pack and combat shields for now, so any sort of concussive shell would come after that. He's not put down a reactor on his 3rd barracks. It's just sitting there a little bit naked for now, but with that engineering bay in place, he's going to have a huge amount of upgrades very soon.
Yep. And you certainly don't need to put anything on your buildings immediately as a Terran player. It's a temptation as a newer Terran player to be like, oh, I have these add-on things that I can do stuff with. I should get one right away. But sometimes, as Marine King is showing us, it's better to just wait for a little while. Make sure you have a decent army. You have to do things at the right time with Terran. And that goes for all races, but especially Terran with those add-ons. You have to pick the right time to add those on.
So we do have 4 barracks now, but no factory, so not like medevacs are going to pop up anytime soon.
Yep.
And Marine King does have 34 workers on the field right now. There's finally the factory up at the front, so he'll be able to move into a starport shortly thereafter.
Yeah, it looks like Seal will be left alone long enough to take this 3rd. Those Zerglings should be able to get through the rocks.
Failing Nessa and Evolution Chamber hitting the field as well, so Seal's going to be able to move into very upgraded Banelings in a bit, but, oh, Marine King, that is a lot of forces. The Baneling Nest isn't quite done either.
Look at that, he has 20 supply ahead right now. He really used that threat early in the game to get a nice big lead. There's a scan to take out a lot of creep tumors here. NSHoSeo's got to start to sweat a little bit. He is morphing in a lot of Banelings, and he has a decent amount of Zerglings coming too, but is it going to be enough? It all depends on Marine King's control at this point.
Which is usually quite remarkable. We'll see if it's going to be the same here. Evolution Chamber is going to fall. The Banelings are done, but they're not waddling their way up quite yet.
Marine King needs to be careful that his army doesn't get surrounded so the Banelings can get in there, do some damage. Marauders in front to try to soak Baneling hits.
Yeah, and the Zerglings now going to make their way out. Banelings in tow behind. Marine King needs to split up his Marines. There's Stim. He does split up pretty effectively. Has a lot of units left over. Is it enough to kill the rest of the Zerglings? It looks like it is.
Oh, man. And Marine King adding on reactors, so he's not going to be able to follow this up with more units immediately.
Oh,
but
look at that target fire.
Oh, wow. That is really impressive from Marine King. No wonder he was able to do that StarCraft Master thing in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, he
That's how you do it.
He actually did finish it 27 minutes game time the very first time he tried it.
Wow.
It was pretty cool, actually. The VOD of it is up.
He is Marine King.
Yeah.
Spire on the way now for NSHoSeo. He took a lot of damage there to his army. Obviously, he had to make a lot of stuff that was not drones again. Did manage to hold off Marine King, so that is good, but he knows, that the stronger push is going to be coming soon. At this point, he needs to start to worry about drops a little bit. Needs to make sure that he has enough resources for Mutalisks, and because he had to make so many Banelings there, he is going to be a little bit lighter on gas. Look at that, having to make even more Banelings now. So just not going to be a very big group of Mutalisks at all coming up for Seal, at least early on in this game.
Losing a lot of creep tumors there as well. Marine King going to start slowly moving his way forward once again, already preemptively splitting up his forces. May scan, pick off more creep tumors. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do here in a bit. There they go.
The more the merrier, right?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Zerglings running in from the side. We'll see if Marine King has enough, splitting up his forces once again, but it's largely Marauders. He doesn't. Did he lose a Marine? Yeah, I think he lost one Marine. That was remarkable.
Didn't lose a whole lot. Pretty small army to be attacking with from NSHoSeo. Spire is done, but he's not able to make really any Mutalisks right now. Well, except for those 4, but we're at 5. But we're gonna just.
But it's not like
ignore those.
At this point, it normally would have been without those Banelings 8, 9, possibly with +1 weapons as well. It's just not happening.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. He does have enough to one-shot workers. 5, remember, is the magic number for Mutalisks.
Yes.
But he could just very easily lose those, too, to the Marines that Marine King has out there. Didn't see if Marine King had put down any turrets quite yet, but I would imagine he's probably thinking of doing that soon. Yeah, he's got one in his mineral line.
Just one in the main for now, but
Yeah.
nothing else up. Probably will put one in the gold, I would imagine, in a bit. That does become much more exposed. Ranking still up by 10 supply, though, and that's actually going to go up as he's able to continue sitting on that gold. Missile turret is up, already driving a couple of Mulus away. They're taking some pretty good shots there. Not much of a gain for them so far.
And is he going to go after the reactor? Looks like he thought about it, but here's this push again for Marine King. This needs to be dealt with.
Yes, it does. And how many Mulus are now on the field? 7. But MarineKing's rolling his way up. He's going to pick off the Baneling nest right away. So only the existing Banelings that are out there are going to be able to do anything. He runs the Marines in first, uses the Marauders as a wall, and they take almost no damage from the Zerglings and Banelings, and he tears through the rest of Seal's forces.
Man,
GG! What amazing play out of MarineKing.Prime.
MarineKing.Prime showing why he's one of the best players in the world right now. Beautiful little move there. Yeah, to get those Marines up that ramp was so clutch.